All right, guys, welcome back to Mod and Pop Thrift again. Thanks for coming back. My name, as you know, is Tom, and I am a stay-at-home dad for my 5 kids, and I am a full-time eBay reseller. If you like reselling, if you like treasure hunting, click the subscribe button and you'll get to see all of the videos. I've got quite a haul video for you today, but I don't want it to be all about that because that's what a lot of my videos have been recently. So I'm gonna try and make that quick and dirty for you. Maybe we'll get into some what solds and see what else we can do. Let's get into it. My goal for 2022 is to really get the store off the ground in a way that it can be our family's main source of income. We'll see what happens with that. My start has been, I'm going to list 15 items every day for all of 2022. Even on weekends, my thought is I'm going to do enough extra every day to be able to schedule a couple out every day to Saturday and Sunday, and then not have to list on Saturday and Sunday. We'll see how that goes. So far, I've hit my listing goal: 15, 15, 15, 19, and 32. And you can see the numbers have steadily gone up on what I'm listing: 325, 311, 294, which are kind of all the same. I mean, that's a wash from it's $30 total difference. And then 523 and 950 yesterday. So I'm going to try and get all of this stuff listed and figure out what it's worth today. But then my numbers have been reflecting, like I had my second goose egg that I can remember on eBay on Christmas Day. It's Christmas Day, so it's going to be a fluke. But then after that, my numbers have been like really high the day after Christmas and then dipped and have been headed in the correct trajectory since a couple of days after Christmas, because I've been listing heavily. And since the first of the year, I've listed at least 15 items every day, which has only been 6 days. Okay, so as promised, the haul video. I went to one of my very favorite thrift stores. It doesn't even have a name. It just says thrift store on the front. It's all cash, and they know me. I put together a big pile. So I went and I picked up a whole bunch of stuff, but I didn't have enough cash, and they are cash only, and I didn't have a whole lot of extra time, so I had to go pick up my kids. I said, Carlos, hang on to this pile for me. I'll be right back with more cash and more kids, and that's what happened. So, but we were at like $160, and when I came back with the kids, we found a couple more things that we wanted to get. So I went to the register. I said, Carlos, how's $186.46? And he's like, okay. Why that number? And I said, well, with 9% sales tax, which is what Peoria has, that would put us almost exactly at $200 out the door. So that's where I'm at on this stuff. I could give you an idea of what I paid for it, but really. And so for starters, we have this Wii bundle. He had $40 a piece on these 2 game consoles. This one, so I said, would you do $30 a piece if I bought them both? That was a yes. Nintendo Wiis. Most of your Nintendo Wiis are going to have 2 doors up here and say Wii this way, where you set it on the counter this way and it's sideways. If it goes this way, then it will play GameCube games, which makes it a little bit more valuable, a little bit more desirable machine. So if it says Wii when it's laying this way, not on the side, but it says it here, that isn't as good a machine. It'll still do fine. There aren't any accessories, but there's a little big pile. So this is probably $75 or $80. The other game bundle was this Ps2 Slim. It has inside of it Kingdom Hearts 2. And it came with cords and controllers and games that aren't any good. But I have so many PS2 games to bundle with that, and I'll bundle those with it. At $30, I may even be able to put that in a box and get like $150 for it, like an original. I collect empty boxes so that when I find the consoles, I have boxes. So I probably have a box for the Wii as well, and so then I can sell it complete in box. Recently discontinued children's programming. This is Romeo, Owlette, and 2 Ninjalitos. I paid $1 for them. I don't know what they're worth, but at $1, I'm making money. And while we're on that theme, this is Specialties from the Lion Guard, and this is, I don't remember his name. It starts with a B. Bungo, maybe? Honey Badger, Hippo. They were $1 a piece. Probably in the neighborhood of $25 for those two. This is going to be a theme for us today. Vintage Chicago Bears stuff. And you've seen some good stuff. The very best thing, I'm going to hold off till the end. This is, this was just kind of thrown in. I think it had $1 price tag in it. More, you guys who say you're jealous and excited about my Chicago Bulls stuff. This was $5. It is a vintage, made in the U.S., throw blanket, Chicago Bulls. This company is not great. If you find, like, you know, one with a horse on it or something. Northwest, they're not worth picking up unless they are like vintage Chicago Bulls ones would be, or, you know, sports teams, something that has an appeal outside of being just the throw blanket. Shoes are $2 there. I picked up 2 pairs of men's Brooks. These are not in fantastic condition, but they're in pretty good condition. The laces are out of them for some reason, but they have the original insoles. We'll see if we can put up a comp for those. I got 2 of them, obviously, but there's no point. They're all the same. And this is 110231 E038. Another Brooks men's running shoe. And I don't know why they're like that, but they'll be easy enough to lace back up and sell in pretty good condition. This bag needs some love. It is in rough shape. I think I might soak it because it feels a little dry. It's got Taz, this like holographic Taz, and holographic Bugs Bunny, and it's official Looney Tunes 1996. Just a really cheap duffel. I suspect it's like a stadium giveaway kind of thing. The only comp I could find was $50 asking. There's no sold listings. I suspect it's 25. This I can't find anywhere, and it's awesome. Chef Boyardee. Advertisement, hat. Need I say more? Space Jam Taz, not worth anything, probably not for sale. This is a denim jacket with the fringe on it. It is Jensen Smith. So this is like the jacket isn't handmade, but the embellishments are all hand done. Leather, the Smith buttons. This is real snakeskin, and this is suede, and all the embellishments are hand done. Jensen Smith, made in the U.S. jacket. I suspect it's $100. It's all Native American. I don't know if I said that, but this is it's not missing that button. I was afraid it was missing that button. This is a nice piece, but the sold comps, there aren't a lot listed. There aren't a lot sold. Chicago Bulls crew neck. Now, the neck is a little tore up on this, but I don't know that hurts it much because it's vintage. People who are wearing vintage like it to be a little extra. So this is made in Mexico of U.S. parts, but it's Logo 7, and Logo 7 hasn't been around in 20 years, so this is definitely vintage. Nike. Vintage. That's a vintage Nike tag. This one came before, so this would have been mid to late 90s, 95 to like 99, and then they went to a silver tag. And silver tag Nikes are still considered collectible vintage. So, and that's just a nice looking track jacket. Go Pack Go. Logo Athletics, which is from Indianapolis, does not exist anymore. This is obviously missing a zip-off hood, which I wish it had, but otherwise it's in really, really nice condition. Men's large, but it probably fits like an extra large. Really good piece. I mean, I paid $20 for that, which I probably wouldn't have paid if it was all by itself, but bundling it all together with everything. More Packers stuff. Pro Line from Reebok. This is just a pullover, like windbreaker kind of jacket. Vintage Packers. These are vintage Green Bay Packers snaps. They are in disgusting condition. This one's made in China, but it is logo 7, so it's probably still worth pretty decent money. Oh my goodness. It's fiber optic. It has a battery pack. I don't know if that helps or not. So it has this thing, and I never bothered to read it, and I looked down just now, and I was like, I wonder if that comes out. It doesn't. It's got fiber optics. See if I can make it work. This is Sports Specialties, which you're probably not going to find a better brand to buy in vintage hats than Sports Specialties, but this isn't anything super special. It's like 20% wool made in Bangladesh. If it's 80% wool made in the US, it's a $150 hat. The way that it is, it's probably a $25 or $35 hat once I clean it up. This one I'm excited about. I wish it was bigger. It would fit. It is not. It is a men's large, made in the US, pro player. Guess who? Chicago Bulls. And then it's the Bulls like jersey cut on the front, but it's long sleeve with the Chicago hit on the side, and it's single stitch. We're getting close. Everything else is Bears. Vintage Bears, just a cool Bears crew neck. I get 25 bucks a piece for these vintage crew necks on this Hanes Activewear tag. Not a date on this one, but it's obviously vintage. It's obviously cool. Vintage satin bomber Bears jacket. This one is unbranded. Like there's no tag. There's no place where it would have been missing a tag. Oh, maybe there is a little place where it would have been missing a tag. I suspect that it's a chalk line, but it doesn't, literally has no brand on it at all. All the buttons, the main condition issue with these is that the buttons lose their paint. This one seems to have super nice buttons and nothing on the back. So it's pretty generic. I would say this is a 35 plus shipping, somewhere in that ballpark. It's probably a men's large. It's in really nice shape considering. Starter Pro line, men's XL. I said everything left was Chicago Bears. This is the jacket. I used to find these with some frequency. You really don't see them anymore. Buttons are all in nice shape. Jacket's been bundled up for a long time, so it's not smooth anymore, but that's probably, it's at least $100 piece. XL, if I can get it to clean up, I could probably get $125 out of it. So I'm pretty excited about that. That was the haul. That's the kind of stuff that I'm finding when I'm buying clothes. So that's the kind of stuff I would encourage you to look out for. Okay, so now I'm going to go get all of this stuff pictured and try and get it all listed today. I'm done having a death pile. I have a garage full of death pile. I'm listing things as they come in, and when I get caught up from that, I'm going to start going through the death pile. And I've been slowing down, a lot more picky on clothes, but I've been finding fire. So I'm buying quite a bit, but I'm selling. I'm finding fantastic stuff and selling quite a bit.
Throw a pigskin a quarter mile.
Okay, so everybody gave me crap about being able to throw a rock the 200 miles to Chicago. It's a colloquialism. I don't actually believe that I could throw a stone from here to Chicago.
How much you want to make a bet I can throw a football over them mountains?
Nope.
Well, let's take a real quick look here in what has sold so far in the year of our Lord 2022. At present, it is 5/34 on January 8th. January 8th. I picked up this hat for $1 over the summer. I thought it was going to be worth a fortune, so I had it listed for like $125 and then $75 and then $50, and I wasn't getting any even offers. And then this guy came in with an offer for 20 bucks, and he and I went back and forth, and he ended up buying it for $35. In for $1, out for $35 is good, but I had hoped that this thing was a home run, a grand slam. This thing's interesting because I picked it up at Goodwill for like $4.99, and I suspect it had been passed over a couple of times because it's dirty and it's dry clean only, and it was real dirty. But I disclosed that. I put dirty in the title. I put it's really very, I think I put super duper dirty in the description, and I priced it about half of what it would normally sell at, but when I'm only paying, I think $5.99 for it at Goodwill, selling it for $30 plus shipping, buyers all in at $46, that's still good. A couple of Carhartt things I picked up. You guys saw this coat in the video the other day. It sold pretty quick for 60 bucks. And then I bought this hat for $5 the other day. I thought it would be better. Turns out $16.99 free shipping is all I got out of it, so I only made like $5. So some Carhartt is really good, some is not so great, but it's a pretty common hat versus a real uncommon jacket. Also, I looked at the style number inside of that jacket and was able to determine that it was this, I think Bonneville was the name on the jacket, and that made a lot of difference because I was thinking it was something else that would have made it only like $40 plus shipping with a much lower sell-through rate. So using that style code and figuring out exactly what you have makes a lot of difference. Can make a lot of difference. Demons and Devils, a dictionary of demonology, sold for $17 free shipping. Another one of those hoarder house books that's just kind of crazy, but they're fun to sell because they sell fast and they're weird. These are the hardback copies that still had the dust jacket. They're all from the same series, came from the hoarder house. They're Tarzan books. They're really just beautiful covers on them. Sold for $66.99 free shipping. This is something that I pulled out of the hoarder house. It's Sanforized denim aprons. And I always sell denim aprons. I do really well with them. They sell for about $20 a piece. So if you can pick them up where you're comfortable selling them for 20 bucks a piece, they're worth picking up. So I put these two together for $36.99 and they sold pretty quickly. I really couldn't find anything out about this magazine series, Hi-Fi Music Review. But I had the one that said on it first issue, and then I had the next 5 issues. And so I just put that in the title. I put the title and first issue, a lot of first 5 issues, and disclosed that there was a little bit of damage, and they sold for 40 bucks. Hi-fi stuff, tube amplified stuff, there's collectors, there's nerds, there's audiophiles. Tube amplified stuff you're gonna do well with if you can pick it up for cheap. Okay, so this Monopoly set, this is just the parts out of the Monopoly set. I'm reasonably certain that it's almost complete. I did disclose everything that was there and everything that was not. But I would probably not have gotten $17 or $12 plus shipping on this set had I left it in the box with the board. But people will buy the parts and they're so much cheaper to ship. Sometimes parting out a board game is better. I don't pick up a lot of Monopoly. This one was dated 1961, sold for $17.99 free shipping. Here's another one where I used the style code, the North Face Gordon Lyons jacket. I have no way of knowing that that's a Gordon Lyons jacket, but I looked on the inside at the style number. I typed it into the Google machine and it came up as that, sold in 48 hours for $36 plus shipping. Beat up old Carhartt jackets are doing really, really well right now. $47.99. I'm pretty sure I paid 15 bucks for it. I showed you guys it in a video the other day. Here's another one where you just disclose the flaws and price it low. I picked this hoodie up for $3.99 a couple weeks ago. I noticed a flaw on it. It was like one of the sleeves was so badly stained you couldn't really tell what was on, what print was supposed to be on it. And so I hesitated to list it for a long time, and then I finally listed it, and it should have been like a $35 hoodie. I listed it for $18 plus shipping, and it sold in 48 hours with the flaws disclosed, and I got positive feedback. Hostage to the Devil. Bantam 1977 vintage paperback, sold for $21.99. This occult vintage paperback thing is crazy. You guys saw these in a video. They're the blanket exterior Aztec print Born brand. I sold the boots pretty quickly. These slip-on shoes sold shortly thereafter, $22.49 plus shipping. and I think I paid $6 for them. These I picked up on a video a while ago. They're unicorn looking Converse All-Stars, and I paid too much for them. I paid $20, and I said, I'll take the first 40 something dollars that anybody offers me. They ended up selling for $46.99 plus shipping, so that's decent. I wouldn't normally want to pay $20 for something that I'm just going to double my money on, because normally you can do so much better, but these were really unique and the kind of thing that I like to sell. Homies. These little figurines are bananas. They sell in lots for quite a bit of money. If you're not familiar with this Homies brand, learn it. I was telling you guys about my friend Stacy and her husband John, who passed away. One of the things that I got from her recently was this box of Homies, and I knew that they would be decent. I didn't realize that they would bring $55, but once I did the comps, I'd listed them for $80, and I got a whole bunch of offers in that ballpark. So when somebody came up from 45 to 55, I took it, sold free shipping, but they ship first class. If you find these little gangster looking PVC figurines in lots loose, pick them up. If you find them in the box, they can be really big money. Just something to be aware of. Homies. Okay, look at this picture. This is from my Ring doorbell, and that ain't the mailman. For whatever reason, on Christmas Day, the day after Christmas was Sunday, and I totally lost track of what day of the week it was, and I was like, okay, Christmas is over. I need to get to shipping these 20 items that I have to ship or whatever. So I grabbed the first 7 off the top of the pile, and I did those so that they were the things that were most likely going to be late if I didn't get them out on time. And I was thinking that it was Monday, but it was not. It was Sunday. So I packaged them, put them out, and they were sitting on my porch until about dusk when somebody came to pick them up, and it was not the mailman. It was a porch pirate. So what they got was these Allbird shoes. I don't think they're going to be able to do much with those. This Chinese checkers set. I was pretty disappointed about that because it was $35, and that's the kind of thing that a pawn shop might buy. And I had to give the person their money back. Baby clothes, new old stock, ain't worth nothing to that guy. This hat. It only sold for $13.99, but the buyer was pretty frustrated. I think he didn't believe me that they got stolen. And these books got porch pirated. So fortunately, they didn't get anything that they could do anything with. So hopefully that staves them off coming back to my house. Anyway, happens sometimes, and it's not my fault. It's the idiot who stole the stuff's fault. But I could have done a better job of knowing what day it was, not leaving packages sitting on my porch all day on a Sunday and make it look like, especially my thought was the guy was probably thinking, well, the mail didn't run on Christmas Day, and these things probably have been sitting here for 3 days, he's probably thinking they're incoming packages. And so these people are obviously out of town for Christmas for the weekend, and I'm just going to go up and steal their stuff off their porch. Listen to me trying to get into the mind of an idiot who steals things off of people's porches. Anyway, I could have done a better job of hedging my bets against that. And now I just have the mailman ring the doorbell when he comes up to deliver my in the mailbox mail, because they always deliver that and then come back and pick up my packages. So I just have him ring the doorbell, and then I put the packages out when he rings the doorbell. So they're only sitting there for 20 minutes, and he's right there in the neighborhood. And since I said we were just going to do 22, that's all that's I've got that was interesting. There's been a bunch of stuff sell, but just a bunch of nothing stuff. So yeah, hopefully you picked up something off of that you didn't know. You heard my whine about being the victim of a porch pirate, and you're gonna like, comment, and subscribe. I'm gonna hypnotize you. Like, comment, and subscribe. All right, guys, we'll see you on the next one.